What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? It is Saturday, June 26th, and kind of a rainy day where I'm at, but it was kind of overcast and gloomy for the first part, which was great because both my sons are in the local school marching band, and so we were able to go and see our area's first parade in quite some time, and it was just fun to be able to be out and see people out and about and have some semblance of normalcy. And so that felt pretty darn good. And now, as we are in what looks to be like rain for the rest of the day, and our area really needs it. It's been drought-like conditions in the Midwest, or at least where I'm at, for several weeks. So good to have the rain and perfect opportunity to unbox a little bit of gold here. I have a fractional gold purchase that I'm excited to dig into. Before I do that, though, I just wanted to talk just briefly about some budgeting thoughts that came to my mind. Some people have asked me in some of the comments about how I know when to buy and how do I allocate my money and all that kind of stuff. And I did a video, I feel like maybe a year and a half ago, where I talked about how I balance, all of my assets and kind of where it goes to. But as far as budgeting for metals, I don't budget for metals. Let me explain. So what I do, both my wife and I make a pretty darn good living. I said this in previous videos that we worked our butts off, got out of debt. We have zero debt. We own everything outright, our house, our vehicles, things like that, which feels pretty dang good. So for those of you that are in that same situation, I know you'll empathize with that. But what I do is I have a series of automatic payments that I have to make every month. I have certain gifts that I do to our church and to other things that just gets taken out every month out of our checkbook. Payments to our Roth IRA for mine, my wife's Roth IRA, college tuition payments to our children's 529 plans. Those are and then of course the heat and electric bill, gas bill, and then of course streaming TV, I guess, and cell phones. Those are the things that is just a recurring payments, and so I have all that budgeted, and we plan for that. But then over and above that, any extra income that comes in over the month is subject to either be put into a savings account of some kind until I know what I want to do with it, or especially in recent years, we buy precious metals as a vehicle of savings, physical, tangible wealth that you hold in your hand. You can put wherever you feel like, and it's yours, right? So I don't really budget for metals. I just wait till the end of the month and I see what I have left over and I decide what I want to do with that. So sometimes I'll take some of my money and I'll put it into sinking funds. We have a car replacement fund. We have like a house maintenance fund. My wife and I just had to put in a new garbage disposal. The previous one had worked for the last 19 years, believe it or not. That's a long time for a garbage disposal to last. But we finally put a new one in, and my wife said, when's the air conditioner going to go? We have a central air system that's been running that long as well, too. So we've been very, very lucky. But, something like that goes down, it's going to be several $1,000s to replace. So we like to be prepared with that. So we have sinking funds that we put money into. And, of course, the extra goes into precious metals. I have not been spending all of my extra money on precious metals recently. I've been getting something a little bit here and there. Primarily, for the channel. I like to kind of get stuff regularly. It keeps me excited about it and stuff like that. But I do have extra money squirreled away so that if things do catastrophically dip downwards and or supply magically appears and some of those premiums go away, I might make some bigger forays into purchases. But essentially, that's what I do. And I'll talk a little bit more. I'm going to unbox this because I want to get to the coin here. And then afterwards, I'm going to talk a little bit more about other possible places to be putting money as whether it's investing or saving. So I'm going to go ahead and tear into this, and we'll look at my fractional gold piece here. Okay, so I picked up a British gold sovereign, one of my favorite fractional gold coins, and just give you a quick look before we take it out here. So this is an older one. Come on, focus. There we go. Can't see the date off the top. I'm gonna have to look closer. Let's get this out here. All right. I'm going to put on my reading glasses here so I can get a closer look. All right, that's cool. King Edward. That's going to be early 20th century. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. It looks to be 1908. That looks like 1908, right? 113 years old. King Edward Gold Sovereign. I've been a huge fan of the British Gold Sovereign for years and years, primarily because for a long time, right up there with some of the gold 5 francs and things like that, some of the cheapest fractional gold bullion that you can buy, in my opinion. Maybe not as much recently. You're finding premiums and everything right now. But traditionally speaking, you could buy this for the smallest amount under spot, and then also when you get it back, you get that same kind of narrow margin back. It's so darn close to spot as far as bullion goes. And they're very recognizable. They've been making these for decade upon decade upon decade. And you know what? I don't know how far back they go. I know I have some that are from the 1800s. But no, I don't. I should have probably looked that up. I don't know how long they've been making gold sovereigns. But the details is it's a little bit less than a quarter ounce of gold, 0.2354 ounces of gold. So 4 of these, and you have close to an ounce still underneath. But I just like, it's probably my favorite fractional gold bullion. It really is. I have more of these than anything else. If I had to guess, I think I have at least 10, maybe more. It would be actually a nice idea to get them out and maybe line them up by, I don't know, by date or something like that, and just kind of take a closer look at those. But yeah, I do enjoy these particular coins. So I got this one, I believe, Liberty coin on eBay, free shipping, and the cheapest price for them that I could find at the moment. So I do end up getting, at least for my American viewers, I end up doing a lot of my purchases recently through bullion dealers on eBay, and one of the reasons I like it is that it's just the free shipping on practically everything from most bullion dealers, and very competitive with their own websites. It's just easy for payments, and I don't have to think about it too hard. But yeah, okay, so before I unbox this Sovereign, I was talking a little bit about where to put money. Because I'm at a point right now in my life where, my savings account, I don't need to be adding any more to my savings account. In fact, I have way too much money in my local bank savings account. I have other money in some money markets and things like that. I have money in the stock market, not as much as you might think, but I mean, most of my retirement is because it's through my workplace and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a whole lot of choice where my retirement goes. But as far as my own stuff, I do have some money in some Roth IRAs for my wife and I, and we are invested in some, guaranteed investment things. We have a little bit in the S&P right now because, boy, with all this stimulus money and all that stuff being thrown at the economy, it's sure to keep growing up for at least a little while. But I keep my eye on that daily and make adjustments as needed. I'm a very low-risk investor. I'm early on, probably 20 years ago, I used growth stock, mutual funds, some individual stocks and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that nearly as much now. Gold and silver are my savings. It's my physical savings, right? I don't do this as an investment. As metals appreciate, fantastic. That's great. It makes me feel good. The value of it all goes up, but I don't look at this as like one day it's going to be to the moon and I'm going to be rich from gold and silver. What I want to make sure that 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road, my money, my hard work that used to purchase this or to give me money, that it's still going to be able to have purchasing power. That's the primary reason why I do it. But so anyway, I got an email the other day from Venmo that now you can buy cryptocurrencies with your Venmo. And so I have a balance in my Venmo, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to look into it a little bit. And, it looks like most of the cryptos are down over the last month or two, but, I have no way of reading the crypto market. And so many of my viewers have mentioned investing in crypto. I'm just curious, if you wouldn't mind, anyone watching, if you would kindly leave a comment below, if you are dabbling in the cryptocurrency market, I'd just love to know what you do, like what kind of coins you own, and what vehicles you use to invest, what apps or whatever you do. Just curious. I'm just looking for more information. I don't do anything fast, which is I've heard people talk about crypto for a long time, but I'm all about education. So anything I can learn on the topic would be fantastic. But so if you would kindly leave that information, or if you are absolutely against crypto, I'd love to have you leave a comment and just explain why. But I'm looking for other ways to invest in things. So that's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, one final look here at this cool gold sovereign from 1908 featuring King Edward. All right. Another almost quarter ounce of gold for the stack. Well, I hope everyone out there is having a fantastic weekend. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Big Stack McGee, and we'll see you next week. Take care.